testing. Let's this. Let's make this. My name is P9. I am a niche micro celebrity of the internet, and I'm going to talk about how to fix the marksman role. As you can see, I made a little friendly whiteboard in game to remind us of voodoo, the regular hates the words. So the marksman role. Why should you listen to me? I am low evil. I am like emerald, right? I am not. I don't have like 2,000 games, but I have a lot of user experience because I played Dota 2, and I've been playing League in Season 6, right? Semi-casual player, I coach my friends a lot. I have 2 of them to reach Diamond. I have played in Season 6, and I'm also a Dota 2 player, so my small experience is there. Why am I here about to rant about the maximum role, and maybe just League in general? It's just like the game. I just want it to be good. And people love to hate on late lanes, but I assure you, there's a lot of people that actually enjoy the game. They like the intricacies, they like the mechanics of it, they like a lot of aspects about it, but they want it to be enjoyable again. It was years ago. Now that is very hard to do because of all the changes and all the people, like all the development team, they've been constantly changing. They have like different directions here and there. Recent years, they've just been kind of focused on making the game easier and that matter mainly to jungle players, right? Let's start by the basics. So, I woke up this morning and I saw the patch notes, right, for the day. Nothing like Extreme is 14 runs and they're nerfing Jomu's Collector, right? 2 utility items, indirect nerfs to Graves. Caitlyn, because she's like the one popular ADC that's not that terrible to play, doesn't feel terrible to play. Look, highest pick rate. That's what they banned Jin last, like a few patches ago, and now it's down here. Lower pick rate too. Not to bash on people that want to fucking play meta or whatever, right? Like, people want to win at the end of the day, there's always gonna be metas. But why are people playing these ADCs? Now, if you look at high pick rate, right? ADC players, or bot lane players, right? Bot lane is actually kind of high impact. Marksmen themselves are pretty weak. But I pulled by maybe like fucking Big RB2, right? Let me go for it. He stated that marksmen are weak because their items take too long to get them online. So I agree. Collector used to be 3,400 gold at some point, then they put it to 30,000. But either way, Collector is like the most fucking fake ass item in the game. 5% HP maybe matters late game. Maybe it does like 200 damage, maybe. But so maybe the game even gets late game, right? So your core build is gonna be the whiteboard. It's 3,000. It's 3,900 right now, I don't remember. Well, either way, it's going to be around 3,000. Then 3,600. And most ACs, because you get the Collector, which gives a little bit of armor bank, which you crit, gives you AD. A little bit of gold if you do get kills. It doesn't really matter that much, 25. It's the only one with like auto attack focus champions in mind, right? Like Twitch, like fucking Jin, like Caitlyn. That ability also works, kind of works on their abilities. Not that most of the ADCs are not really ability focused, they're really use the ability that well. But now that I'm also do 90 damage on it. Anyways, this is 600. I mean 6k 600, right? First 2 items. Now if you're a mage and you go Ludens, let's say Ludens is 2,900. You minus the RAP, and you already get fucking a passive that actually does like some damage. Let me go. We should check any mage. Let's see. I think she got Malignance. It's even cheaper. Yeah, she was Malignance in the Horse of Focus. That's 2,700, 2,700. It's really cheap. It's really easy to get into the game. By the time you have these items finished, the ADC hasn't finished second item yet. So by the time I would see 11 minutes into the game, if both teams are even, the mage is just gonna be inherently stronger, right? Let's look at bot lane mages. Bot lane mages always have been high win rate, right? they've always been historically high win rate because they have low play rates, and they are usually picked when your team drafts full AD, and your team just kind of wants to like even it out, right? Like they want to balance your team. Let's look at Swain. 2700 and then 2600. Okay. Boy. 2800 and 3000. Both cheaper, and the Andre is like the best item in the game right now. Nyla is here only because of her Q, by the way. Because when she buys Collector, she gets Armor Pen on top of the Vitality, so she never struggles against tanks. And she has a lot of utility because of that. Kog'Maw obviously just mirrors tanks. What the fuck is this game, man? I don't know what people are building. I say Kog'Maw is the friendly. Brand murders tanks. Lux, not sure why she's here, but she's more of a burst mage. The Earway, look, 2900. Really cheap. Draven's here because he's not an AC, he's basically a fucking booster. And he accelerates his build. He's always gonna be good because of his passive. Any smart, any good Draven player knows how to abuse his passive, knows how to get really ahead, and they can play games really well. Even into like the most abstract comps, it's kind of like playable with him. Well, like about him. Hubris, 3000, it builds off longswords, which is very important. You can back on longswords, and 2950. You can still end on like the broken ABC items, right? In short, that's it, right? Now let's look at the highest pick rate, right? So, what does all these champs have in common? You were sort of my pick rate. All 4 of these? 5 of these? 6 of these? 7 of these, actually. A couple of kinda, but they're lane neutralizers. You pick them, and no matter what you're against or what your support is, they neutralize the lane. Caitlyn can just shove the wave and put you in. Ashkana, you press W and give vision, just like utility focus. Same with Jin, utility focus and scales are good. Kai'Sa scales and she can play lane safely. She's kind of lower winger because she gets ruled more. Jinx, hyperscaler, long range, doesn't really care about his matchup either. Ezreal, low winger because he doesn't scale and he's actually kind of hard to play. But yeah, so those are things that mages are easy to play, so they're always hard to play. Corki easy to play, broken on top of his champion, just one shot you with like one item. Kog'Maw is a play, and if you go and pick Kog'Maw, you use perma push the wave, and there's no counterplay to it. So the thing with mages, if they get lost chapter, they just perma clear the wave and skip the lane phase entirely. Let's go over some of the other points. So league durability patches. Every durability patch has been horrendous this game. Absolutely fucking shambles. Why? Because 90% of the champions were not designed around durability patches. That way they roll like a bunch of bugs. But 90% of champions also have only flat damage in your kit. They don't have any percentage max health damage. Out of the ADCs here, only Kog'Maw and Kai'Sa and Darius have percentage HP damage. So they're like they inherently like what you pick with tanks. You got top lane though. He's good against tanks. He has no percentage HP. He has percentage HP on passive, and he builds Eclipse. Malphite is Malphite. He's always gonna be good because of his ultimate. Aurelia, Bork, percentage HP, percentage HP 2 damage. This guy builds Eclipse. Mordekaiser builds Leandris. Gragas W fucking max health damage. Like, okay, you get the point, right? I don't have to repeat myself. There are a lot of champs that use absolutely booty blast people that build HP. Why is it important to that build HP? Well, we had 3 durability patches, then we nerfed the damage of every item in the game. Then we removed a lot of the anti-tag launches of the game, right? We had Divine Sunderer. We had, we could build Black River and we could build Cerullas together. We could build, Leandris and the Bonexer Braids together. And we eventually removed a lot of this shit, right? Riot always, after Mythics, they knew they want to avoid like another tank meta. They still kind of happen like with the fucking Sunfire in there and shit. But honestly, after they removed mythics, and then they decided to okay, let's let me check last 10 minutes. Okay, it's cool, right? Lord Dominic's Roarts. The patch they removed Giant Slayer. They added this obviously on the mythics thingy. But what people don't remember is that we already had Giant Slayer before mythics, right? If I can find it. Oh, if I can do it, like ignore 3%. Oh, when did they change it? No, it isn't here. I remember they removed the item. It was called like a... Yeah, there we go, this item. Deal 10% base and health difference, bonus physical damage, and you had an old cooldown as well. So, the thing with the ADCs that they're innately a late class, you cannot give them a lot of tools, right? Mages need the tools because they don't scale as good as ADCs, generally speaking at least, right? So a lot of the, like for example the anti-tank options, you will get them like 5th or 4th item, right? Or maybe 3rd sometimes. So let's pull up like a season 9, but oh, actually old PSC clips. I'm just gonna mute the video so I don't go through a strike or something. Jeremy doesn't have any crit skills. So he usually just wanted like raw ID. So let's look at some of the ones, right? Multi-server. Okay, let's go here. So he has IE, RFC, BT, all last whisper. He only has 50% crit by the way. But has 441 AD because of Conquer, because of 20-minute Gyro Stone. That's one thing a lot of people forget about OBB. A lot of builds didn't even have 100% crit. The ulti at 50% because 50% means more than half your attacks are actually critting. You didn't need that many crits when IE gave 80 and BT gave 80. And everybody just had less armor and less HP in general, right? Let's like for example, let's try around 2019. Yeah, I mean you can see I have a little bias on what to play. This is in bronze, this fucking sucks, right? This player sucks and let's not look too much into it. Actually, right here. Actually, the game's probably end before he even gets like an item. Okay, so he goes Board, Hurricane. Pretty sure he goes Conqueror as well. Twitch also doesn't have any inherent crit skillings on his kit, right? A lot of the newer champions do have crit skillings on their kit. For example, Samira. Pretty sure her Q can crit, her R skill could crit as well. Or KLB can crit, right? Nala. Right. Physical damage, basic critical chance, and she gets healing and armor from basic critical chance. Crit is a fake stat. It always has been a fake stat. That's why old items were kind of stat checky, right? To kind of make up for the fact that well, you didn't really actually get anything from a crit unless you actually crit, and unless you get artifacts, right? A lot of new champs kind of trying to fight that by giving them crit skills. What's one of the newer ADCs? The Small doesn't have any crit scalings, I think, but he can crit it. Well, he wants to base Inferno, he does have crit scalings, 50 to 70%. So you don't want 100% crit on him either, right? At 75%, so if you go fucking Essence River RFC and you go LDR, because I'm not sure if people even go IE on him. Very expensive. He does have crit skills, right? You actually get like some extra bonus from building that, and that's kind of like the safety measure. a lot of newer champions have like this thing that I call like a safety net, right? So let me bring some examples. Like in Diego. Okay, I can just type it out, right? Like, let me just. It's a lot to fucking go over. Diego, Velvet, Action. All of them build on hit. All of them are pseudo scaling champions. I don't think they scale really well because they're very short range, but they have like pseudo, like anti-tank pseudo crit scaling sort of kit. Why? Because they don't want them to be lethality. Why? Because lethality historically is kind of like just more broken. One of the more broken stats because it's cheap. So they're being so more expensive. That's why they're kind of fading in and out of relevancy. Not because they're expensive, because they have less ways to build against them. I don't know how good Action is right now. S tier, yeah, he's pretty relevant. What about Velvet? S tier, and what about Diego? B tier, okay. I think Diego's a little bit better than the W tier. Yeah, S tier. So all of these champions, they still relevancy because they don't rely on the fucking on hit items. They rely on the crit items. They can just build whatever they need in the moment. Instead of Action cannot really build like fucking booster items, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. Leave off them out. It's kind of like the safety nature of all the newer champs. So let's look at fucking Twitch and Smolder. Okay, Kalista, Smolder, Aphelios, maybe Kaisa, maybe Ezreal, and Zeri, and Darius. These are all prosecute champs. They're all champs that have been nerfed constantly because they don't want to in pro, right? Because they were abused the fuck out of it. In pro, there's two types of champions that get molested. It's usually the champions that really play really safe and can scale really weird, or in a coordinated setting they just absolutely booty blast you, right? Kalista, obviously, because she can jump infinitely and she has the little ult to just throw at them. Varus can set up kills, and the others are like hyper spells, except Twitch. Historically hasn't been picked much in pro because his gimmick is like stealth, right? He has the hyper carry with stealth. So he's always been high win rate actually. Seeing him at 47% win rate, that's really surprising. So let's go like a few patches back, 49%. Okay, he was already kind of strong there. And then 51%, so 14.18, still 1%. And now we go here, 47%. What happened to this guy? They nerfed work. They made this shit expensive as fuck. Which was gonna... People are also going Lethal Temple, which is basically doesn't do anything on this champion. And without Borg, Twitch has no innately like anti-tank on his kit. He just does it, so flat damage. His Q is just attack speed, his W is not even an ability, like you're not gonna really get value of it. Your E does like 600 damage or 400 damage late game even, and that's just because everybody is like 50% damage reduction if you just have LDR yet. He's only auto attacks, basically only auto attacks. So if you build tabbies and like a little bit of armor, he's fucked. Draven has the same issue. The Draven kind of circumvents that because of his passive, so he can get LDR really early, or he can just build full crit, right? So how do we fix this? Well, there's a lot of ways. So I can one of the hook development servers here. Durability shall be assigned around them and oversimplification of items. So the durability patches were because mythic items were really broken. They were really broken. So let's look at and what that does is that you have to make other items as well kind of broken to kind of like justify building one over the other, right? So for example with Draven, right? You wouldn't go your mythic first. You wouldn't go Shield, you wouldn't go Kraken Slayer or Gale Force because they didn't really do anything for him. You usually went all the River that had Sheen, and then you went like a Dirk on Collector, or you went into what's called Eclipse. Let me put some of the old clips. moment touch. Maybe here is it. US. 2 years ago, I think this is it. We're going multi-type here. This guy, oh, he never went SS River actually, usually, even though he was super enjoyable because he's like one of the best shield users in the game. There we are. Here you see he went SS River IE Shield. What do you go shield third? Because by that point the shield and the life steal really helped you a lot in team fights. He's like critting for that much, but he has little tempo, so he can make up for the. Wait, he doesn't even have the tempo, does he? He has KO blades. Can make stuff for the DPS, but just throwing like 3 hours at the same time. Same thing with little tempo. Oh. Yeah, this guy's trapped. So what happens when they reward items? So Essence Reaver is only a stat stick, Collector only a stat stick as well. Kraken Slayer board, they're so overnerfed and so dog shit useless. They remove fucking Stormbracer, what's it called? They remove this is like the only energized like ADC item, and this item is actually so good in so many ADCs. Because he helps in kite. Any ADC that has like a weird pattern of trading, like fucking kicking or like Gen, which are by the way not one of the most pick right now still. Corky will probably still use it, yeah. There's a reason they're the most picked by the way, because they're going to feel good, to feel the best. So I was going to see here in Champion Power Fantasy and Player Satisfaction. Like everything feels less satisfying and less engaging. That's because everybody is so fucking tanky in this game. Every item gives HP as a basic item, of course, but they be too broken anything. They'll be stat check because they're already stat checking now. Why mages have been constantly competing over the years? Basically, in Soul specifically, a champion's impact is very often, in this meta at least, dictated by their wave clear, right? How good they can clear the wave and how good can they go to fights. Why? Because neutral objectives are broken. Drops are broken, dragons are broken, there's no reason to fight if you secure all the dragons and shit, right? So we all look, for example, at middling, right? Utility mage, Katarina. Okay, so she has S tier because she has a lot of one tricks. Katarina is not that good, honestly, in my opinion, but the one tricks make her see really broken. Utility, Khalid because she's always been popular. Vladimir, I don't know what the fuck is there. Can you check like Queen Book, right? Bruiser Mage. Oh wait, here we already see 2 types of player, right? There's people that like the all play aspect of the league, and there's people that like the team aspect of the game, right? So if you play like a team player and you just kind of like clear the wave and you have fun that way, good for you. Galliari, always high win rate, always really good. But if you were a more selfish player and you just want to like kill people, Silas, John Mejaso, Calorino, Quali, right? That's your type of champs. The highest mirror ones are always fucking utility ones, because that's just how the meta is. This is how the meta has been forever. Since like fucking season 10, right? So, what that makes is that most ADCs that are good are the ones that neutralize the lane, don't die too much, they don't let people know. Kirby is like the odd one out because he wants to fight, but most current players know when to fight and when to not. should you nerf the neutral objectives? I don't know. I don't think you should. Ideally, people should be able to play both playstyles, right? They should be able to play like a roam heavy playstyle, or they should be able to play like team oriented playstyle, right? So my problem with that is people that play like the high APN, like high fucking outplay potential, like high how do you call that? Just mechanical intensive are not being rewarded enough. Why? Because they nerf all the items. So when you snowball, you don't snowball as hard. So let's look at an example, right? Let me put it higher. I guess she's always gonna win rate. Well, at least for this time being, because she's new. And I don't think she's a good younger either way. She's hard to. We've seen D tier 48% win rate. Set 47%. Alice 46%. They're all like mechanical champs. Lead, thank God he got nerfed, so he's like down in the gutter again. Got less. Mundo got nerfed, got less. So they're kind of fixing those. But let's go look at S plus tier. Skarner, this champion has been insane. Like all year. They nerfed him once, right? And then they buffed him again. So when look, one time you played him, and when you went fucking Sterak second, you get a 1700 shield from I don't know where. That's more than what a full build booster gets. And you need to nerf this champion. I'm fine with Greaves being good. Maybe a little nerf actually. He's usually not high win rate. He's very selfish champ. At least can be good, sure. Carcass, this guy is very toxic, but I don't think you can nerf him and he's gonna be good anyway because of his that's just annoying. So, Velvet, I hate this champ with all my life. I wish this was never a champ, but I understand the niche she fulfills. It's kind of like Nelly, like high tempo, high presence, like you want to be like on the enemies permanently. Same thing with Shaco. Shaco is like the same fucking champ as this tree, with the kind of high win rate in Diamond because people know how to play it on a better level. We go a bit lower, let's go Emerald. I don't want to check like gold or shit because the first one is worse. Shaco's higher because it doesn't work. Rengar's really rogue to that because he's really hard. I'm just gonna find this. So, anyways, whenever assassins are good, right? Whenever assassins are pro in the meta, almost everything in the game is viable, right? Because ADCs can go exhaust and they can go shield. They have a lot of tools for that. Enchanters can just like fucking do polymorph them. Engages can stroll more with assassins because they have so much more mobility, so they just fucking miss everything. But right now, as it stands, let's look at what's this target, right? Fizz. Okay. Mace, assassin. Oh, okay. He got buff, we should be. Okay. Action, kinda an assassin ADC hybrid. I don't really count them. Fury. She'll be higher win rate, by the way. She's one of the Easter champions. She's always been like 53% win rate. Kiana. Okay. And Mace. Katarina. And she's low winner because sorry about that. Just keep going Emerald. Emerald is like the more it's like a balance between accurate between like what the fuck is going on in the game and it's like the people are not actually like as harmless. You know what I mean? So what is the trade-off right now for picking Azir? Azir is one of my favorite champion designs. He's so cool to watch. He has so much outplay potential. He feels a niche, which is like the control mage, like his spacing, like team fight, there's no other champ like I see, right? But what is the benefit of learning him over Vex? Exactly, I learned not much. Set they say this themselves. Set has to be weak because he's very frustrating to play against. Which I disagree. I think Set's so easy to fucking counterplay. You just move around like a spaz when after they ult you, or you flash away and they lose everything. They need it to be a really good set to like make up for it. So I'm going from easy to middle. I have like really easy. Anyway, let's go over another point. Why everything feels less satisfying, less engaging. It honestly just boils down to everybody having flat damage and being forced to build anti-conscience. My champions, for example, Shaco is forced to build Bork. Javame Jasso is forced to build Bork. A lot of boosters that don't have like HP damage are forced to build Bork, right? Graves doesn't really struggle with that because he's an ADC, so he has a lot of resistance damage. This guy has percentage max tail damage. Catholic counters like all the other champions here, so that's why he's so high. Artis builds Leandries. Timo builds Leandries. By the way, instead of nerfing Leandries, they'll nerf Lilia to the fucking ground. I think she's pretty low. Yeah, she's 48%. This is like disgusting. Like what? She doesn't need nerfs. Like just a lot of these changes that I don't get. Like you just have to nerf tanks. It's not that hard to understand. But instead of nerfing tanks, this patch they're fucking nerfing Collector and Jonas again instead of Skarner or like tank items. My least favorite change in years has been when they changed the armor runes for the mind resource runes, right? Why? Because there's no active thinking anymore. Champions generally have less MR than they have armor, right? Even per level. And when you go HP per level, it kinda just makes generally mages more effective because they do Leandries anyways, right? If you Pugo and March still, and like maybe build like merc threats, they go down a lot. They also nerf the boots, which is another one of the reasons why mages have kind of taken over the game, right? All the boots are more expensive, but they give you stats because they were working in Hilo. That change fucking sucks, by the way. I'm really distracted by this. So we remove most anti-tank options. We remove a lot of player freedom by forcing them to build the few anti-tank options that work. And then we nerf some of them. We nerf Borg, we nerf LDR, right? So it just feels like you're banging your head against the wall. You're not playing against a certain comp, you're not playing against tanks. You're not like strategizing in your mind how can you play them against them. You just go your skill HP runes, you get your PTA, whatever, and you pray you get to LDR. You pray. You kind of go cooldown, you kind of go early Kraken Slayer, because it doesn't do anything anymore. So get prettier. There's not many options anymore, and that sucks. I always said League fun is finding your playstyle, right? It's finding how you want to play, finding what you want to do, and also all the fucking dynamics of it, right? I don't think League will be fun without options, right? Because let's say you're playing if you're a Draven player and you have this stand your ground playstyle, right? I'm speaking for a few players, right? What other champs come to mind? So there is here, so Samira, these are like the two like daredevil like going hard, flashing the middle of people champions. They both build BT shield or used to at least. The bot used to go Conqueror because that's like the one rune that gives life steal. Maybe not some others, maybe Phelios. He's more like a spellcaster. He's still stand your ground type. You go red white. We got Varus. They kind of removed that again. He used to build like BT Hurricane, like lifesteal a lot. Not anymore because they're already so tanky. And who else that built BT and like Kalista? That's the one. Kalista used to build BT as well. All of these champs, except maybe Varus, they're liked by players who like the Daredevil playstyle. They just like to be flashy, they like to be in people's faces, they like to play very high risk, high reward. And the reward usually for them varies a lot, right? Daredevil really gets like cashes out for passive. Samira can like one-shot the entire team. Aphelios can also one-shot teams, so he's so nerfed. I've never seen him do that. Varus, forget this, and this guy just kites everything, kites everyone. And you can never touch her, right? If you learn how to space correctly, you learn how to do everything, and you can like outstain them and shit. If you come out of lane with a lead, she's really strong, or supposed to be strong, but few of these champions are like unplayable anymore. If you have this playstyle, you can only play Draven. What's the problem with that? Yeah, he's 21% down rate. He's been getting lower. He used to be higher. Kog'Maw is also really high. These champs are really annoying to play against, to be honest. He's really strong. Caitlyn is really strong. But don't take it from me. Let's take another example, right? Let's say the spellcaster, spellweaver. ADCs, right? Champions that like don't like to build much attack speed, they like to go in out of fights, they like energized items and powered out attacks. So we got Jhin, Caitlyn, Corki, Lucian maybe, he's kind of more all in, right? If you notice, all of the champs are relevant in the meta right now. It's kind of, because building an attack speed just fucking sucks. It's just not enough for me. Figure eight, and they're also satisfying to play. They're fun to play, right? Ezreal, maybe negative area, he may be terrible, but he's really fun to play because he's dashing around with his throwing abilities. He does some damage, right? It's fun to play. So all in all, it looks like the other one suffering here. Not gonna lie, but I promise you, I'm not. Right? A lot of people like Seri, a lot of people like Aphelios, Smolder. They were very popular at some point. Because they're fun. They're newer, they're fun, Lucian's also used to be really popular. Saya's kind of niche now. She was popular to play, pretty sure. But probably some years have really good. Anyways, being forced to build anti-tank and variety, that both of those things are fucking non-existent anymore. Draven, you only really want to go one build, which is the full crit. You go Collector IE, so you can kill tanks, you can kill squishes as well. Zero life steal, so it doesn't really go with the... Oh yeah, what I was saying earlier. Champion power fantasy and player satisfaction. What is the power fantasy of playing Twitch? You go in, you start ult, and you start one-shotting the entire team. Well, maybe not one-shotting, but you start spraying prey on them, right? With Draven power fantasy, you stand your ground, just throw shit, Life stealing you back out because you win life steal items, you're low range. You can still cannot do that. You build a little bit of life steal. But honestly, like, I think that his best build for a while has been like Hail of Lathan. You just one-shot them. You just don't let them play the game at all. Like, most of the clips here are gonna be with Hail of Blades for sure. So, we're gonna watch that. If this is like the correct way to play, what is the way I wish I could play? Let's just go. Honestly, I just wish I could play like 4-star showdown. Let me explain most of this. Are always for players who prefer late game power fantasy. There's more pros to it. If you pro from your play squad, yes, I think I basically said all of them. So, oh yeah, this one time I played Chick with Zachary. I was 6 kills early game, then he finished one item and one shielding. That was terrible. I never wanted to play Shaco anymore, and I was seeing fucking Big RB2 build Borg IE on him. But how terrible does that sound? Like, and Shaco has the problem because he's so fucking old. All his abilities have do magic damage, right? So he doesn't fucking scale with lethality, so he's not really a good assassin per se. And I don't know, why does he rebuild? Because look, his fucking passive does 20 damage or something. It's so fucking useless. Oh wait, what do you look passive? Shit, I can't read. Honestly, deal 20 to 30 based on level 180. 20 damage. And then 25% bonus AD. Even if you get like 100 AD, that's 25 damage. So let's say you get 400, you get 100 damage. Just okay. 100 damage for Rexstar, I guess. It's okay. And physical damage 265, so it's 265. And this is magic damage, this is magic damage, it's skills of 80. Basically what this does, your champion doesn't get any real benefits from lethality much. Only on your auto attacks. So although the fucking lethality are really not good at healing. Look at him, life stealing. But you cannot do him because you never stack him for anymore. This is the kind of place I always love. Look, oh, I love this one. Is when he starts adding the minions, 200, 225. Old ass build, by the way. And yeah, he has fucking Fervor of Battle, which is why I like the old control. Oh yeah, PTA feels terrible on Draven because he has no auto attack reset. It's more like a spellcaster item. So why you will go fucking Ezreal or Lucian, anything that has like auto resets. Draven is tank you on AC. If they added one keystone that had lifesteal, he will go that like every game. And mainly because it fits into like his side identity, right? Because why do you play Draven? Because you can flash in the middle of 5 people, just limit the fuck out of it. Very high risk, very high reward, very high octane. It's just fun. It's really fun. Same thing with Twitch. And these are champions people love. They have many mains. Same thing with Aphelios. I knew so many Aphelios over the years, and it's just so bad. Why would you play Aphelios right now? And he's unique. That's the problem when you make unique champions. You alienate some of the player base for it, right? So right now, if you're like a spellcaster ADC player, good for you. You have so much like shit you can play. You can play KP, Nash, Corki, Jin. If you're a mage player, good for you. You can play all this. It's really good. If you say you love Kalista and you love Aphelios, because the pros play it, yeah, good luck, you're not playing it. You are just a fucking victim because Twitch is legit just the victimized champion. He got nerfed like 3 times. And total besides, there's no reason to fucking nerf this champion either. He was picked pro once in Worlds, if I remember. And honestly, I just stopped playing the game altogether because very fun, very unsatisfying to play. I don't want to play Hellblade Driven. I don't want to play fucking over nerfed Twitch. Aphelios just feels like CBT to play. Because all the champions I kind of like. I don't want to play jungle either. Shaco feels so weak. He's hiding because he has so many fucking one tricks. With the build variety he had, like the fucking interesting combos, like all the knickknacks and things he had that were so fun to play with. Forgotten you're gonna build the jungle items anymore. Look at his builds. Okay, go jungle. Ooh, you make the lean faster. Collector. What does this even do? Damage. And that's it, it doesn't do anything else. Let's go. Other one build I didn't like actually, it was fucking Shoujin with the clips, and you look really funky about the clip really good. Like Yomu, this is so fucking boring. When I started playing, the build was Draktar into Trinity Force, pretty sure. Anyways, build variety is one of the reasons people find League highly replayable, right? Like they play so many games on it. And I think build variety is important. Oh, but this guy is really good. But it's more important to fulfill the champion fantasy, right? You can play look. Okay, well, those guys are fucking into it. What are you doing with this? Oh, where's the one approach? Oh yeah, how do you fix this? Because for me, the most important part is to fulfill champion fantasy. This is what we do. We need. Okay, let me touch on like some of the base ones, right? So let's go back here over the picture of me shooting Freak in the head. So first, runes and keystones. They need to add MR and armor rune. I have terrible handwriting, don't worry. Back. Remove skin HP. Okay, using my that says I remove skin HP. And then they can add scaling MR. And then I can add scaling armor. I don't know why it's that impossible for them. So there's 2 options for if you play an early game champion or you play a late game champion, right? And then they can keep the scaling HP room, just nerf it a little bit maybe. So there's like some. Maybe they should remove it here. They should remove the HP room because HP is such a boring fucking stat. It works against everything because there is no direct way to counter HP anymore. There just isn't. There's Liangis and Bork and Bogot nerf. So MR armor back into the game. You keep them maybe the MS armor and the tenacity armor and you buff them a little bit because nobody in the fucking mother does them. Fucking. And you add more keystones or you change some. For ADC specifically, for these guys, we need a stand your ground type keystone. We used to have one. We used to have this one. It got turned into fleet. You can keep fleet for the for chance like Jin Catering, right? So it used to go game dead because it's 50% bonus life to laser, you're missing out. This is all conquer basically without healing. So for example, you could have two types of rooms in that department, right? You could bring back these ones, but they probably won't because they never accept their when they're wrong. So you add one that gives you lifesteal, just lifesteal, nothing else. Ravens need much damage anyways. The damage from conquer similar gives is non-mentionable. One that gives 80, and that one's the gun that like most ADCs will go. Which Jinx maybe. Anyone that goes like Hurricane. And then one that gives MS, so they can help them kite. So like for Caitlyn, Jin, that kind of fits into their playstyles and what they want. And you can keep PTA, and that's for like the hour reserves. MS, Lucian, maybe Ezreal. So we have 4 options now instead of 3. No, we have 4 still. We have PTA, Conqueror, Feed, and then we have Little Temple, but none of them fucking feed or anything. None of them do anything, bro. Little Temple, honestly, they just need to revert it to the old one, like double your attack speed, and then it's kind of like, okay, well you just need to build some on hits, and Hurricane ready to team fight, and maybe Jinx, Akma, Twitch. And that's it for runes. Let's go to items, right? We need one starting item for each one. What stats do the stand your ground ones need, for example? For example, lifesteal 80, and that's basically it. But you maybe want like some passive, like BT kind of serves that, but you're not gonna actually lifesteal anything anymore because everybody's a tanky. You could keep BT. I don't think it's very good to move with Rush. And BT will be in a fine spot if they nerf like all the tankiness and shit. And they give you like a rune to work with, right? That gives life as well, or maybe just AD. So those guys are fine. Now let's say for the spellcasters, Stormbracer. Like that's it. Helps kite, gives energize, gives AD attack speed, crit. That's legit all Jin Caitlyn wants. Just add back Stormbracer, please. Oh, and Nuclear. We need Nuclear back into the game because here's one thing I missed. Fucking both chapters including corner rolls, right? That's the equivalent to a B of Swords. But this one builds of little items. And they go TP as well. Mages will come back with Love Scepter, TP in, clear the way, and they don't have to worry about anything else. They're gonna get diamonds, they're all already cheaper. Like we said earlier, they're just cheaper. But meanwhile, fucking ACs have to actually walk back, have to time their backs, they have to actually CS a lot better to get BF Sword, and they cannot even fucking quick clear out without BF Sword. Not a lot of them at least. Caitlyn G can wait clear. I guess. Anyways. Doom Clear makes it so a lot of them can actually wait clear. And he builds of little items as well. He builds of monsters and daggers. Right. So Doom Clear is gonna help them a lot. Now for the hyper carries, this one's hard because they're the ones that should get like the worst items of the game, in theory. So I always thought of two options, right? You can just buff up Orc right? You making like decent first item on Twitch, on Varus, on some of the champions that are stronger early. Because if you build it on Jinx, it's not gonna do that much, right? So, and also kinda, Kokomo, I guess, Kokomo's kinda strong early. So you can just keep Bork, just buff it back again, make it like useful. And for like series, for Jinx, for Kaisa maybe, it's all static. You should remove fucking Kraken and you should remove fucking like the most speed and static. You just and Bane really needs static. You can remove the crit from it. But I think ideally it has crit and it has like just the ability to help you with way clear. And then they can segue into their other items. So for example, let me get all static shit. Static shit. I don't know, it's kind of like okay, but only catch up on the delivery. %. Movie ammunition basic attacks and using full arsenal. This attack deals 150 to 250 continuous. Zemus can critical strike and scales with critical strike damage. Why was this good? Because okay, it did like okay damage, like 50, 75, like decent way clear, right? But other items actually added to the power of it. And they give you okay stats. They give move speed, attack speed, critical chance. It's really good on Jonas as well. It was good on Yasuo, yeah. Because he basically got double damage early. And it's cheap too. So champs like Bane, champs like Jinx, Kaisa, all of them are gonna have their way clear on the first item. Still kinda maybe weak, but the power is gonna go up as they buy more crit items. Kaisa wouldn't go crit, I guess, but the others will both. There's like some reason to go crit, but right now wasn't a reason to go crit. On Bane, that seems terrible. And this is when we got removed, then we got re-added, and he had Wakas, AP scaling, Wakas, fucking 200% training against minions. It was so necessary. Nobody in their mother wanted this, and it was 2002. So it was the best item for mid-laners at the moment. And 80 people were playing 80, I don't know. Like, somebody in Riot needs to get shot and killed and like in game, right? For some of these changes. Should the LDR change? Oh, one other thing I have to add. So you bring static and you revert LDR. Because okay, first items should be enabling items. Items that kind of play into the champion's kit, right? And then the powerhouse items for ADCs are always IE. IE is the powerhouse item. It's okay if it's more expensive, it's okay if it doesn't give anything in particular, but it has to be a big power spike, and they eventually build into it, right? But increased critical damage kinda is what lets them scale, right? And after that is all utility. So RFC, Phantom Cancer, like so useless as well. They could put the shield wall back in there this way. Shield wall. You will attack speed usually like this. But it takes you out back the license for it. Hurricane. Now if you go IE first, And you go hurricane in chance like for example with Jinx, where you're gonna be out stronger in team fights. You go static, you're more focused on like wave clearing, on like sitting back and just farming more of your items to like play towards your late game more. But IRC or IE Hurricane should be like the core items, and they should feel good to build. Why don't they feel good to build? Because what does Jinx have to play according to these items? Apart from, okay, 3600, 2600, 7000, which is still more than the fucking manged items, by the way. And then you will also get fucking tempo, all the tempo, the double the attack speed, so you were like playing machine gun fucking Jinx. Or Fair War Battle that gave you a lot of ED, so you're pretty hurrying for fighting it. But you got neither of those. And the ones that kinda are similar to it are so underwhelming. So fucking underwhelming. Fucking Beetle Temple is so useless. Conqueror just there's no point in going it. They're so fucking weak. So that's it for playing on the ADC's like power fantasy and why they feel so weak. Bot lane is strong. Bot lane the lane is strong, right? Because dragons are strong, so you always want to get like prior and get the dragons, right? Marksmen themselves just feel really lackluster and unfun to play. Unless you fucking really love Kog'Maw and Corki. Holy shit, the most fun Champions League. I could go over like the issues on the other lanes as well. I think a lot of them, yeah, just have a lot of issues. I think top lane right now doesn't feel as good as it should. Like there's a lot you can talk about top lane, and there's only 2 champions since S plus tier. Holy shit, what happened to top lane? There was like 5 before that. I think this is gonna be that for this video. I don't know how long I talked for, but I think I got most of my points across. So that's all for me. Don't forget to leave a comment telling me what you think, and see you guys another time.